Welcome to the channel. This past weekend, thanks to a generous gift from a friend, I got to take a Japanese hand plane course with Andrew Hunter through the Wendell Castle Workshop. Now, is it actually a castle? What is a Wendell Castle? Wendell Castle was a person. He was a furniture maker and a sculptor, and for his time, he was the pioneer of stacked lamination. He made some really unique pieces that we got to check out while we were there. So I would recommend doing a Google search on him and just looking up the past creations that he had, because again, they were really unique and they still are really unique. I don't know that I've seen other people that are making furniture similar to what he was making. These furniture pieces would also sell for $500,000 or more, sometimes a little bit less, but he was a very high-end art wooden furniture maker. I don't know the category, but it was just really cool to see these pieces in person. The other thing that's really cool about the Wendell Castle Workshop is where the classes are held was the workshop that he worked in that made these really cool pieces. So it was just cool to have that connection with somebody who was so well known in the art community and using the same space that he used. So I thought that was really unique. Now about the course, as I mentioned, it was a Japanese hand plane course where we were learning to set up and use the planes. But the thing that I need to say first is, woodworkers, you need to try to take at least one course in your life. Not only does it hone your skills, but it's the community and the connection with other people that are very important. I've taken woodworking classes before, but through Plain Wellness that I founded. So when I'm in the courses, I'm moderating, I'm helping out, I'm changing camera angles. If it's in person, I'm running out to get the food, you know. So I didn't really get to fully participate as a student. So this is my first true course where I got to participate as a student 100% with like no affiliation to it. And it was just a amazing experience. Hanging out with other people, getting one-on-one instruction. It was just awesome. So again, I'm going to recommend, if you are a woodworker, try to take a course somewhere. Check out Wendell Castle Workshop. Of course, check out Plain Wellness. I'm always going to promote Plain Wellness, but you need to try to take a course. It's an experience that you will never, ever forget, and you're honing your skills. So I recommend it. So I was really excited to take this class because I've been getting more and more interested in Japanese hand planes, and I wanted to figure out, like, what is all the hype about? I know some people that use Japanese tools, and they're like, headstrong, Japanese is the best, and they're awesome, and all this kind of stuff, and I have to admit, I kind of see a little bit of what that hype is about now, because I feel a closer connection with this plane than I do any of my other metal planes, because you make it work. They give you the body, they give you the iron, and you have to fiddle and fit everything. You put your blood, sweat, and tears into this plane to then have it take a beautiful, super thin, glass smooth surface shaving. The very first thing we did with this plane is we took a hammer to the iron. And you take a hammer to the iron to help flatten the back, which I thought was just really cool. And then after that, you're working on fitting the iron into the body, which is also really cool because you just scrape little shavings and make it fit in there. And then you also have to work on the bottom and work on flattening the bottom and then creating a little concave shape into the bottom. I'm obviously not going to go into all of the details of it. One, because I'm still a super newbie to it, and two, because I want you to take a course again. But really, all of the other metal planes, typically you buy them and they're ready to go out of the box unless you need to sit there and flatten the bottom. But flattening the bottom of a metal plane is drastically different than a Japanese plane. One, because it's metal versus wood. And then the metal ones, you just spend forever sitting there lapping. But with the wooden ones, you'd have a scraper, you could have sandpaper, you can do different things. And it was just, again, I just feel a closer connection with this plane because I'm the reason it got to take these shavings versus the factory set it up and it's taking nice shavings. On that note, I am not going to get into the battle of Japanese versus Western. I see benefits to both. I'm going to enjoy using both. I am not going to replace all of my Western planes with Japanese planes, but I can already say that I'm going to be adding more Japanese planes to the lineup and keeping them set up as very thin, nice shavings, maybe as like the very last final finish pass, because I did learn that this Japanese plane can take thinner shavings than the other one because you fiddle it and fit it to do so. The only other thing that I'm going to mention about Japanese versus Western planes, and this debate could go either way. So yes, you are spending, I think this plane was $200 and you have to work on it. $200 for a Western plane, you might still need to work on it unless you're going to pay more. But it's where that money is going into the plane that really sunk in with me. Andrew Hunter explained this. It's not going to be an exact quote. But for example, on a Lie-Nielsen plane, you pay, I don't know, $300 for the plane. To get a replacement iron, it's $60. For a Japanese plane, even if you spend $300 on the plane to replace the body, it's $60. So that's showing you where the expensive materials are going and where your money is going. So for Western planes, a lot of your money is going into all the different totes and knobs and screws and adjustments and all of the metal pieces, and not a lot of it goes into the iron. But when you look at Western planes, it's just a wooden body, and all of that money is going into the iron of the plane, which to me really resonated because the iron is what's doing the work. But again, I will say that all of the adjustments and the knobs and the fiddly things on Western planes I really like, because to me it's more of a grab and go. When it comes to Japanese planes, you're going to be working on them as the season changes and over time. But again, on that note, the cool thing about that is the plane's only going to get better and better and better the more you work on it, the more you put time into it. So again, it's a closer connection that I really geeked out about, and I'm really excited to keep honing that skill and get really nice shavings. Maybe I'll compete in one of those competitions one day. Probably not. But it's just cool. It was just really neat. Overall, it was just a phenomenal experience. The Wendell Castle Workshop is a great facility. The staff there are really cool. Andrew Hunter is an amazing teacher. I probably annoyed him with all of my questions. I was chasing him down for everything, but he was very, very patient with me and just held my hand through this entire process because it was a brand new learning experience for me. So I recommend checking out his classes. I'm also going to recommend checking out Japanese planes. Even if you're a Western tool user, I see uses for a Japanese plane in a Western tool user shop because of how thin and beautiful you can get those shavings. And then again, it was just a really fun project that's going to be an ongoing project that you can get better and better at and get better and better shavings. So I won't dive into all that again, but I just wanted to do this video to let you guys know, amazing experience. Check out Wendell Castle, check out Andrew Hunter, check out Japanese planes. It was just great. But alright, if you have any questions, any comments, anything like that, feel free to let us know down below. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.